Hello, my name is Burger. I'm joined by Nikki Tusami, and we've got an exciting night of action here in the North American Champions League. We've got KawaiiAnimeGirls and No U up first. This game, we're about to get ready. Hello, Nikki. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, and it's good to first cast with you, Burger. This is the first time I've gotten to cast with you, so I'm really happy to be here for Kawaii Anime Girls and Know You. It should be a really set.
Draft is just about ready to start, so once we get that going, I will let you guys know. And after this game, stick around. I've got one more after this one. So keep this Vainglory action rolling. And looks like draft is starting. We've got Fortress and Cruel bans on either side, and a Taka pickup for KawaiiAnimeGirls.
That's great. Two big power picks, Fortress and Krull. No big surprise there. It's cool to see Kawaii Anime Girls pick up the Taka. Taka's base damage is huge right now, so that's a big pickup. I see another big power pickup, Kestrel, who seems to be a big priority for everybody these days, both in solo queue and in competitive play.
Yeah, that Fortress ban was pretty much the go button for Taka. Fortress is pretty much Taka's biggest counter right now in the 5v5, and especially because Fortress does, stupid amounts of base damage as well, especially with like just an aftershock or something. And so Lyra going to be the captain of choice for No U. A lot of sustain, a lot of dive potential. That's really interesting because Kestrel is not usually a dive hero and not usually someone who synergizes well with Lyra.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, and it'll be interesting to see how Kawaii Anime Girls want to counter this Kestrel, how they want to, because they'll need some type of closer or possibly a Glaive or a Samuel to help outrange or get to the back line to get to her. Looks like Kawaii Anime Girls has picked up new hero Tony.
He's good as well. Into Lyra, his ult can counter dive pretty well. He's got the huge punches that will do a ton of damage once he's fully stacked up. But something interesting is which one is going to be the jungler? Do you feel like Tony, or are we going to see like a top lane Taka?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I've seen a lot of weapon power Tony in jungle. I think it might kind of depend on whether or not we see a Koshka come out, which is a big counter to Tony and to Taka. Honestly, I really wonder if we'll see Anime Girls ban that Koshka out. But yeah, I'm not sure who they're going to run in the jungle. So it should be interesting to see.
All right, we've got a Celeste ban as well from No U. A lot of good CC, a lot of good stun potential. Could counter Tony if he tries to dive. Could catch out Taka potentially, and just a lot of damage as well. Once you get super late game, Celeste is a very late game focused hero, and I would
Yeah.
expect the Churn Walker beat me right to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Celeste, she's just in a great spot right now, super powerful. There's, a lot. Her build is relatively straightforward. Her ability to clear center lane, so good ban. She's just super tough right now. Churnwalker, again taking. I don't know if I'm okay with that, but I don't know where with Lyra, I don't know if No You would have run a Churnwalker as a roam. So maybe a little bit of an early pick, but it sounds like you were all over that Churnwalker ban.
Yeah, Chernwalker is also strong. Just trying to get him out of the way. The shared damage that his hooks provide is really strong, especially if, say, No You picked up the Chernwalker. If he hooked and pulled Taka, that's his entire uh, kit basically in the invisibility. That's taken out because he doesn't go invisible while he's hooked. That whole element of surprise, and Rona gonna be the third hero chosen for No U, another good dive hero to synergize with that Lyra.
Yeah, love. love Rona, love her AoE, her survivability. She's a tanky jungler. Ooh, look, Grace is a nice counter to the Rona. Seeing that Rona come out and being able to Holy Nova her Rona out of the red mist is a pretty good add to that team, and that looks like that'll be their roamer.
And we've got Vox as well, KawaiiAnimeGirls. Vox is incredibly flexible, especially in this 5v5 with the recent crystal buffs. He can be played bot lane weapon power, he can be played mid lane crystal power, and we're going to see Arden as another pickup for No U. Maybe they're going to run one of them as a jungler, maybe like a weapon Arden in the jungle, or maybe a CP like mid Lyra, do you think?
I don't know where they're going to put the Lyra. I do know that it really looks like it's going to be a Rona Arden in the jungle for sure. So
That's probably put Lyra as maybe a crystal mage.
yeah,
As maybe a like a mid lane to counter the Vox, with her sustain can last through the resonance bounces that would normally like chunk down a tankier hero. And Batiste, interesting ban. You would think that they would want to keep that to stop the dive.
yeah, totally. The Batista, it kind of begs, I'm really waiting for that Koshka pick, and I bet the Baptiste was banned maybe just to take care of that Taka or help care for the Taka. It looks like there's a Varia ban. She's got just huge AoE and kite and range, so there's your other part of the back line right there.
Yeah. And now that you mentioned the Kashka, I think this is the first game that I've casted so far where Kashka has not been picked or banned yet.
Me too. I know. We've got one left.
Idris.
Idris, I think is. Oh, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Idris, I think, is probably going to be played crystal mid, maybe to counter Lyra, because Lyra is immobile at early levels, and then Vox will probably be flexed down to bot lane. Kestrel, and let's see, who do you think would be a good top laner? And Adagio it is.
That would have been one of my picks right there. Adagio seems to be a good, and with Lyra also, they've got that double heal comp. Grace has got another as a healer over there, but that's a lot of sustain coming out of No U, and they'll be looking to really look for some long fights. Idris is a great counter to Kestrel too, so that's a good thing. That's a good counter there to help get to the back line. So yeah, good draft. Like it. I like it a lot. Who do you think's got good spots, and what do you think the prime win conditions are for the match?
I think I'm leaning towards KawaiiAnimeGirls on this one. No U has a interesting mix of dive and anti-dive, because you've got Kestrel with her traps, you've got Adagio splashing fire will slow people, especially with his ult, and so you'd think that you'd want to like coordinate a dive or stop a dive. And so if Rona and Arden go in and maybe they get blown up by the Idris Chakram, the Taka combo, by Tony punches, maybe then a win condition for them. And also once especially Vox and Idris hit late game, they're going to start hitting really hard. For KawaiiAnimeGirls is they're not very tanky. The Rona and the Arden and the Adagio are gonna, tank up a lot better, and they're gonna probably win in that regard.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty good balanced draft. Will kind of come down to who's, execution as they normally do, an element, of course, of vision and map control, and we'll see how it goes. But here we are on the rise and ready to go. I
Yep, we're
wanted to give a
gonna.
shout out to our caster April. I think tomorrow is her birthday, so everybody, happy birthday to April, who's hosting us up right here and is our caster for the evening, and she's just does a ton of great work. So really, really cool to have her.
Out of bed to stream this.
Yes,
So
yes.
thank you, April. Happy birthday. The ripe old age of 24. We're
Yep.
gonna see
She's just
a
getting started.
push out of Creation and Choco. And then we're seeing Bidrak gonna try to contest this Treant that B17 is gonna start up. Selma and Skarl are gonna rotate down in their jungle. We're just gonna
Good
see
steal. Good steal.
Bidrak with a perfectly timed benediction there to take that camp away. Bit of early gold that and extra power as well in that in that regard. Team here gonna get chased out of his jungle. Bidrak, Spirit Eater, and not Caesar are gonna force him to recall. And back in mid lane, we've got Skarl trading blows. He picked up the other. We're just seeing no engages so far, really. Nothing too aggressive, just some very slow play so far. Might change that. We see Creation getting into this
Right. Yeah.
bush.
So far we see relatively conservative play. We've got our Kestrel mid lane against the Idris there. So yeah, I think there's been a little bit of attempt to steal a bit of gold, steal the crystal. Crystal buff. It looks very much like we've got a weapon power Vox, but I can't say for certain yet. So yeah, but pretty mellow start right now.
Yep, we've got Lilith here waiting in the bush to contest, but not Caesar going to back off into the jungle. It is probably going to be a jungle Tony as we see Taka in the top picking up, especially the Stormguard banner. Back in mid, we've got a bit of a fight, but nah.
A little bit of traffic there in mid, but pretty much everybody's kind of sticking to their initial game plan. Doesn't look like nobody went for an early invade, nobody went for a real aggressive go for it. Everybody's kind of staying at the 50 or on their side of the rise for the most part.
Up, we're gonna look just a bit of passive play, which is not something see out of NICL. It's normally hit hard, hit fast, with a lot of teams attempting to snowball. But especially with these later game comps, like both of these teams don't want to commit anything too early. But speaking of committing, Caesar taunting Lilith up in top. Rona's about half health, but he's going to back away.
You could see the power of Tony too. He went right after Rona, which she's tough in a 1v1 situation. He stole the weapon power buff away. I'm not sure if he's going to get out of here though.
Just in time, but he's going to get chased down. Taka's here for reinforcements, going to hit Lilith a little bit. Not Caesar going down to one hit, and he will go down. First blood to No U. Lilith going to be low, but the reinforcements coming up. Not going to be something that Selma can contest, although he did pick up his friend's weapon buff.
Double sustain. Yeah, the save of the weapon buff was good. The double sustain coming from Lyra and Adagio, though, is going to be very tough to get through that comp right there. So yeah, looks like vision control is very pretty much even. There's a little bit of kind of deep vision control on the side of on the blue side there. But nothing too extreme as far as vision control. And the gold amount right now is very, very even for the two sides.
But here comes Tony about to change that. Choco gets stunned up and taunted by Tony. Skarl dangerously low. He survives with 1 HP. Creation not able to chase him down, but Caesar's also low. He's going to be forced to port. And Charlemagne up in top lane just got narrowly jumped on by Taka, and it was a nice clean fight. They got the kill and they got out. Just
Definitely.
something
It looks like they're going for more too.
dangerously low, but Lyra will fall. Adagio's burn will take him down as well. Selma is going to take this healing train away from Charlemagne, his top lane companion. And with Lilith here, he's going to be forced to back out. Gold,
Definitely
it's
looks like
dead even so far.
dead even on kills, dead even on gold. And here goes Lilith into the jungle to do a little bit of hunting around. Looks like there's a little bit of traffic here in bottom lane, but honestly, people just kind of keeping to their sides of the map right now. A little bit of push on this bottom turret though. Looks like it's gonna fall to KawaiiAnimeGirls.
First objective is going to go over to KawaiiAnimeGirls, and this matchup here in bot lane. Oh, excuse me, I was going to make some intelligent commentary, but it looks like we've got more kills. Choco YT going to be dropped in the mid lane. He's already got a Shatterglass, so that's going to be a big spike for especially a CP Kestrel.
You bet. Yeah, and if she can stay backline and keep the Tony and keep Idris at range, she'll be able to do a ton of damage. But it looks like Charlemagne's going to go after Selma. Selma maintained his healing tree on.
Wide, this flask going to be popped, but Mortal Wound's going to take down Adagio. He tries to pop the ult there, but he gets cut down. Choco taking a lot of damage from those basic attacks from Skarl. Creation also getting very low. There goes the ult from Not Caesar. Not able to find anyone, but there's a huge punch. Creation also on one hit, but Caesar gonna maybe bit off more than he can chew. He's gonna have to back off here, and we see in the bot lane, Arden takes down Vox with relative ease there. Ian finally strikes back.
He does, but it looks like KawaiiAnimeGirls have gotten their first mid turret too, and there's a lot of pressure in the top lane on the Adagio as well. So pretty systematic push by KawaiiAnimeGirls. They're up 6-3 kills now, and you can see that they're starting to advance a little bit of map control here.
Speaking of map control, that was an excellent dive by KawaiiAnimeGirls to take out Rona there. Not Caesar. He's got a tension bow. He's going to be hitting really hard with those, especially the first punch, which is sometimes all you need for these squishier targets like Kestrel, if you can find that. And Charlemagne, he's got a Shiv, going to push Selma back. But in mid lane, we've got that huge body block by Spirit Eater to keep Bidrak alive.
That was a massive body block, but here comes Tony.
500, 300, 300, already doing so much damage with those punches. Not Caesar going to do a ton of damage here already. And Bidrak is going to rotate down to protect his Vox. We see the gold lead now starting to tilt the favor of KawaiiAnimeGirls.
It's stretched out a little bit, and if you look at the level advantages too, KawaiiAnimeGirls is consistently about a level up on No U, so they're putting a lot of pressure on them. They are getting to the back line before Kestrel can really get her glimmer shots out, and so they're doing a good job of keeping and controlling the map right now, and they are ahead, which hopefully we can see No U maintain their position and make a comeback here, but they're going to need.
There's a trap onto Skarl. He's extremely low. Lilith going to take a lot of damage. He's ulting to pop that ton of health. There goes Taka. He will take down Rone with ease. Creation going to pop that flask. Divine Intervention comes up to heal up Idris. And here comes Taka. He's swooping in with the X-Retsu, but not going to find the kills that he needs. Charlemagne with that supplying, going to be good at denying that healing. Selma is going to try to take down Choco. He doesn't have a lot of energy left, but that trap can be deadly. And there's a kill. Vox getting caught out by the burn or something from Adagio.
Yeah, I didn't see exactly, but it looks like KawaiiAnimeGirls has gotten their second turret. They're continuing to put pressure on that. Taka is right in everybody's face. So Selma continues to put pressure on the squishier heroes, especially forcing the team to get out of position, to split up, to fragment. And that's what Taka really feeds on, is once you get somebody singled out and he gets, all of his House Kimura stacks up, he's able to really, really just stick to somebody, and it's just a matter of time a lot of times if he can get somebody singled out. So looking at the gold lead is continuing to increase. It's almost 10K at this point, 10 to 4 kills, 9 turrets to 5. We're 10 and a half or almost 11 in, so we're still a little bit away from where Black Claw comes to enter into the equation as well.
With the item choices that have gone through, Charlemagne is playing a weapon Adagio, and B17 is going to be on a CP Arden.
Yeah,
Adagio main. I'm really questioning this weapon path, since the crystal ratios are so higher, and you do a lot more damage that way. But it seems to be working out. Charlemagne, his lane is doing okay, even though Taka is pushing up pretty far. Caesar here looking for a fight. He's going to find creation. He's going to portal away. Not Caesar very deep under turret. B17 already super low. Bitterak taking a couple turret shots, but he's going to get away with a sliver of his life. Creation going to go down with those huge Tony punches. The turret will fall. That's the opening that KawaiiAnimeGirls needed. Here comes that Idris doing a ton of damage, but the red mist going to be blocked, and the glimmer shots will take him down. Choco taking those 400 damage punches. He's already down. Stalling out for a little bit, but Tony will go down. The main damage threat has been neutralized. Charlemagne with 8, 9 breaking point stacks going, chasing down Grace fairly well. And that's going to force a reset here out of KawaiiAnimeGirls.
Tony got thirsty. I love it. Not Caesar just went for it. He was deep and getting hammered by the Vayne defenses, but that was great. But it looks like Charlemagne's over pursuit led him right into 2 of the KawaiiAnimeGirls teams, and yeah, that did not go well for Charlemagne. I too question the build path on Charlemagne. He sustained his the top lane held out for a little while, but now all but, they have no more turrets left on defense, and they've, so KawaiiAnimeGirls has really got a solid control, and it's been really playing really fantastic, really methodically taking over the map and working their advantages. It looks like each kill they definitely try to get an objective advantage. And now, speaking of objectives, it looks like they're headed for, looks like they're trying to get Ghost Wing, but looks like they might turn this one around on them, on No U.
The dragon going to get denied there. Good job for No U by forcing that backwards. And we're going to see a bit of a back lane push here. Kawhi marching down. And if you are No U right now, Mr. Tsunami, what do you think they need to do to get back in this game, especially since they're so far down?
Geez, it might be a little bit too little, too late. I think sticking together as much as you can. I just don't see it at this point. I think I think they're just a little bit too far out of it. I don't know where it went really, really wrong. Maybe a little bit more support to get that Kestrel lined up, but stick together. Try to stay close to the Vayne defenses, but geez, the closing power of KawaiiAnimeGirls with the Taka and the Tonys really come on. Grace is there. It's just really going to be difficult for I've seen crazier, but at this point they're in a really tough spot.
Yep, and almost getting taken down by a one shot, but the minions OP. He's almost taken out there, and looks like KawaiiAnimeGirls are going to try to end this right here, but they're all so low health, it might backfire on them. But that Vayne Crystal is so low, it's going to be close, and it goes to KawaiiAnimeGirls. Game 1 in dominant fashion.
Really, really nicely played by KawaiiAnimeGirls. I liked how they, how they rotated. I thought that they did a good job in their builds. I thought Selma really locked up that top lane. They took advantage of their objectives. Nothing too crazy as far as vision control goes. And as we look at the builds, everything seems very standard. The Crystal Idris's build is quite standard. On the side of KawaiiAnimeGirls, G Scarl, Spirit Eater all had fantastic matches. Not Caesar was in the middle of it, frontlining, and with the sustain on the Serpent Mask and the big amounts of shield and armor, was really able to just suck up a ton of damage. While Idris and Taka and Vox just stacked up and did their thing. As the fights progressed, they became really too much to handle in this case.
Yep, and that will do it for the first game of the night. We've got